It's Shane here for SecondsOut. Tunde Ajayi. How you doing, mate?
Fantastic, fly, fresh, flashy, as Anthony would say. Yeah, feeling good. Feeling good.
I mean, after watching that performance from Anthony Yarde, I thought that was extremely impressive. One of the things that people were saying was, could he stop him? Could he take him into the later rounds, and maybe he could cause a late upset? What was on your mind during camp and in the ring?
Well, if you go back and watch an interview that I done with Boxing Social, I said Dec wasn't going to fight the way he's fought everybody. I said he's going to try and box him. And I said that we'd be prepared for that. See, a lot of people don't realise, and when I made that statement, Anthony Yarde has got a bigger skill set than Andre Ward. Everyone was like crazy, but it's just that no one has. And I'm not saying Andre Ward is one of my guys I study. You know, that was just a bit of tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, of course.
But Anthony has so much skill that people haven't seen. They've just used to seeing him knock people out. And I think tonight we got a little chance. You know, we had the right opponent. And if Dec had come the way he usually fights, the fight would have been over quicker. You know, but it's great because it got, you know, I think the fans got a chance to see Anthony boxing. He's in a good light, and you know, he said it meant a lot to him after the COVID situation with his father. He's going. This fight was emotional, and I'm so happy for him.
So one of the things that I personally was skeptical about when it came to Anthony Yarde was his stamina. We saw how it was in there after the Covenant fight, and to be fair, he done the rounds today and he fought at a very high tempo, so he proved a lot of people wrong. What do you have to say in response?
Well, it's like I always say, I don't worry about people. So don't worry about people. I told you, I said it in a press conference. I said, if you're worried about stamina, try it. Try and put the pressure on Andy. You see, a lot of people don't realise, Andy said it again, he had 12 amateur fights. He went to Russia and he fought an elite champion. Let's get this right. Not a world champion, but an elite world champion. Someone who dealt with Bernard Hopkins. Someone who dropped Andre Ward and arguably won the first fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And those fights were in the US. We went to his back garden. And the whole occasion, remember, I took a young team to Russia. New experience for me, taking someone from the beginning of their career all the way to the world title. Having Adeola Cutman Cam, people who were never in boxing. I taught them a certain thing. And you know, I'm just so, the whole journey is just a wonderful experience for us.
I mean, after watching that fight, you look at, there was definitely a disparity in ability. You know, Anthony Yarde's a world-class fighter.
Oh, but you weren't saying that before.
No, of course I was. Of course I was.
No one was saying that.
No.
No one was saying that.
Wait.
Everybody was saying he's no. Let me talk, please.
Go ahead.
Nobody weren't calling him world class. Everybody was saying we ain't fought no one. Dec Spelman said nobody has ever pushed him back. You know, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. No, I would never speak bad about Dec because he brang it, and he's a fighter. And so Dec aside, I'm gonna give Dec all the credit he deserves. Anthony Yarde is world class.
The reason why I personally say, and I've been saying it all week, that why I say he's a world-class fighter is, and I'll go even further, because the question I was going to give to you is, do you feel like, knowing that he's a world-class fighter, he should be in with world-class opponents?
Everything is timing. We took a massive gamble in Russia last year. Just look at the stats. Nobody apart from Anthony Yarde, Tunde Ajayi, Adeola Cutman Cam, Diriz, Bilal Ali, nobody would have took that chance. It just doesn't make sense. But we believe in our ability, and I've been with Anthony from before he turned professional as an amateur. I know what Anthony Yarde can do, and we took a gamble. Big risk, big reward.
Definitely. I mean, moving forward, obviously you got the Buatsi fight. I actually want to ask you about the Buatsi fight and whether you feel like that's the next step, and whether that's what you want as the manager and the trainer of Anthony Yarde.
I keep saying it. Why is everybody talking about Joshua Buatsi? Well, there's a lot of other fighters. Our career is not based on Joshua Buatsi. To be honest with you, Joshua Buatsi still needs to prove himself. So he's not on my mind. Lyndon Arthur has done more than Joshua Buatsi in the professional game.
Definitely.
Callum Johnson has done more than Joshua Buatsi.
So you're gonna fight? Are you looking to fight one of those?
So why don't he fight them?
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, don't. Everybody's so worried about us. Why don't he fight them? Why don't he take a gamble? Why don't he fight one of the British guys who are credible? The British Boxing Board of Control mandated Joshua Buatsi against Callum Johnson. They pulled out the fight.
Yeah.
But everybody wants the A side.
Of course. So now I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
And I'm glad you brought that up. So one of the fights that I want to see Yarde in is a fight against Joe Smith Jr. What's your thoughts on that? Joe Smith Jr. being mandatory for the vacant WBO belt. You obviously tried to fight for that belt before, came up short, but obviously you're going to go again. So what do you think about that fight?
Spencer Fearon, last year, I think we have to scroll through his page, put a picture of Joe Smith Jr. against Anthony Yarde. Maybe he was calling something to existence.
It's master knowledge, isn't it?
The master knowledge. But again, we ain't ducking, dodging no one. We ain't looking at no opponents. We're just actually just going on with our career, and everything is timing, and everything will always fall into place. The main thing is that Anthony Yarde continues to do what he does, what he's been doing from the beginning of his career. You know, Russia was a hard pill to swallow for the whole team because we're so proud. You know, we're like, bro, we ain't never losing that.
Of course.
You understand? But we learn a great lesson as a team and Anthony as an individual.
Yep.
So it's just onwards and upwards.
Before you go, I just wanted to ask you about obviously you caught the Belal fight. What do you think about his performance and moving forward? As his manager, what do you see?
Yeah, I didn't see the fight. They kept it hush from me. But it's a learning lesson. You know, Belal again only had 3 amateur fights. But we have to go back, we have to talk. I feel it for him. I had to literally block it out of my mind because Belal's someone I've known from 12 years old. But people have taken losses in their career early. You know, he's a young boy. He just has to come back. Look at, you see, let me tell you what Anthony Yarde done and what Belal can learn from Anthony Yarde. After Russia, he didn't blame anyone.
No.
He looked at his performance. He looked at what he did wrong personally as an individual, and he rectified it. I looked at what I had done as a trainer, how I can improve it, and I've done things for this fight that I've never done. Anthony was like, "Unks, what's going on?" I'm like, "Unc, I'm not doing the same. If you continue to do the things you've done before, you will never change." So I had to change it up. So Belal needs to go back to the drawing board and just work again.
Last question, and this is I want you to put your manager's hat on right now. Not trainer's hat, manager Tunde. Manager Tunde.
I don't wear hats no more.
Okay.
I don't wear hats, bro. Look.
Obviously, man, you're gonna show off your hair.
Man's moving like Pele.
So,
bro, all I need is a Brazil top. Boom, Brazil top, and I'm going to clear.
I thought you were trying to grow dreads. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, bro, it's not about dreads. But Pele is the look.
Fair enough. But what I was gonna ask you, and one of the things that I feel like is important for Yarde moving forward is him positioning himself progressively, and as a manager, you want him to be in the stable where you know there's as much big fights for him. And as you said, everything is timing. Do you feel like, just like you've seen other fighters with Queensbury, they've signed a co-promotional deal with ESPN, do you feel like you want to broaden Anthony Yarde's American market and look to ESPN or a Top Rank or with a manager's hat on?
That's business. Tunde Ajayi would never use this platform to discuss business.
Fair enough.
Myself, Frank Warren, ESPN, Top Rank, whoever, we discuss business. It is business, and that's not a side that, you know, businessmen, you'll never hear Frank Warren come on a station like your own and they start talking about what they're gonna do with ESPN. It's just, we don't talk like that. You know, the main thing is that I want Anthony Yarde to be a world champion. My job as a trainer as well as a manager is to guide him the way I've always guided him, which is the best way I think is possible. You see, Anthony, this is what I was saying, but anyone would think that he's the manager. But this is the relationship we got, so it's all good.
Thank you very much, man. Good luck moving forward, and I feel like it's a very impressive performance and the camp went perfect, so well done.
Thank you very much. Yes,